Or welcome back to part two of What If Zaku had or was menaced with a third eye. So in the last part, I went over the whole the animated one, like the how we got to this point, but the one that where we left off, the Zuko was about to ask a question that would it would be awkward, so he didn't even ask. But then he hit his other, or lightning Uranus with the third eye, ended up answering that question anyways. And she tells him that she was there during his fifth, or no, his fifth birthday party thing. So she says, so that you wouldn't be alone on your birthday. As he's happy about that. And because not very many people have that like power to. So then, of course, the sorry. So then, basically, Nananas explains that him and her share a similar bond on because whatever he thinks of, she can answer that, or because she's inside his body, so and they share everything, memories, looks if it's necessary. Yeah. So then, yeah, but they got interrupted by their kids, and because they're one of the kids was had a bad dream, as the one that I forgot which one did which. The one that had a reality thing, just like he walks up as the both him and his mother, like Zuko and his wife, that's that's inside of his body. Honey, was like, what's wrong, sweetie? I had a mad dream. And it scared me. Oh. Yeah, so then. Yeah. So. Then after that night, the next morning, they had their bowl of cereal. They went into the living room, home, and yeah, so they watched like cartoons and yeah. So then Yeah, basically they did all that stuff. They had a great view of a ocean thing. Ocean. As Zuko and Ninganas, both of them, as Zuko says, "Wow, the view is amazing." Isn't it? Yes. Yeah, so sometimes the so it was finally time for them to bring Zuko home. Home. Yeah. The she does that like little like endless chant things and of course the he it was finally time for to have some breakfast. And the with the third eye had a chicken, like one chicken that laid a golden egg all the time. As he cracks it open, as the thing he cooked for the four kids that he has and himself with, because both of them share same like memories and body things on these. As Zuko, oh, so they can share same stomach. So yeah, the so they're at age of actually they are age of 4 or 15 because of time skip. So they want to explore the whole area. But then Zuko looks over, says, "Sure, let's go into town." As they both like flew over there, and before they left, he put a protection thing like a shield barrier, so that when no critters or nothing could get in or out without him like opening it. So then, yeah, he does that. He also hides it. So then he flew to the city. As his hair changed to brown because no one would ever expect it's just him as he keeps the third eye on him closed up to make sure that there's no suspicion. As his eyes were blue, oh, as yeah, I'm trying to think. So the so they went shopping, and let's say Ochako and Ida, Tenya, and like some of the class 1A students went to a mall where Zuko was at. As she keeps thinking about, she couldn't stop thinking about him, how he's so adorable when at age of 3. As, yeah. So then, what person that runs into? Zuko Midoriya. When instead of the or actually her like outfit thing was changed to match his or no to her daughter. That one. Yeah, with the shirt. As she closed the like her third eye to make sure that she makes it look like more human. As he's like or no one's even noticed to her. As yeah. So then the people think that she's just a city folk. Um, as he's or as she says, yes. As Ochako says that the sorry him for running into you. That's okay. The have a nice day, by the way. As they were like basically doing their shopping for fresh like resupplies things. But then the Zuko or actually she used her power as a bunch of boulders is like gonna crumple down onto a villain as she used her hand to stop it as she moves it away from the villain, put it all the way around him, but not like on top of him to block it. As she says, huh, guess you're a pro hero. As Bakugo was like yelling at Ochako for, how about we try not to kill all the villains? How do you feel if that was Zuko? As Zuko inside of his mind is embarrassed, but then he froze and he turns his sights to Unitas or to that citizen where she because Bakugo wasn't fooled if so he looks at her as and for the last video, he has this magic sense thing, like the witch personality that. So he could tell that Zuko is there. As as the Ochako says, the been assassinating that poor citizen. He has children. Yes, but there's one thing. You said Zuko, right? Bakugo? Yes. The body that I'm using. As her eyes start to turn green. And when they only, or of course Ochako turns, and when she saw green eyes instead of the blue eyes, she knew that it was Zuko. Oh. As his body starts to change back to the normal. As everyone is like, everyone couldn't believe that they had Zuko among them. As they, instead of like charging at her like with pitchforks or anything like that, she ends up being, or they, or actually he, or they actually worship him and her at the same time. So, yeah. So then the whole shenanigans and things, as it wasn't like too late for them, as Ochako couldn't believe it. Like, her own boyfriend that she wants was standing right in front of her, as she felt so embarrassed. So she ends up walking up to him and hugs him. As he basically, or she didn't realize that those 4 children's are actually his own children's, because both of them, or because both Zuko and Nianganis with a third eye are one and the same. So basically, they had power to do it. So then, yeah. And I forgot to mention, when they like switches over, like from like girl to boy one, her ear things, the white part, this part, transforms into more like human ears, like what Zuko has. So then, yeah. As they asked him, why did you come to this mall? Oh, do some shopping. My little kids, or for the kids. And it's like school shopping for them. I mean, okay. As Ochako decides to walk up to him a little bit closer this time and whispers, Or is that because she knows that she doesn't care if it was like 2-for-1 special almost for him because yeah. So she asks him to go on a date and get married too. So basically, technically, he would have had 2 wives. As Giannis understands that that as she agrees with. So they basically he cares about his kids, and so he says, "Sure, Ochako," because Ochako didn't like dates Bakugo, but she ends up dating Zuko, and then of course gets married to him, and yeah, he did the deed to her, but instead of like the heart thing, it was through her stomach. Because they know, or like, she knows that he, or that she did to him, like the heart one, earn, hun. So yeah. So then the whole shenanigans, bang, 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 I mean. So then, yeah. After the mall thing, before we get out into the married part, and that deed. After that moment, she just like, of course, Bakugo reports it in of they found him. As Mr. or actually Nezu says, good. Now, so where is he? Well, he is going. He was shopping, but now he's leaving. Huh, okay. Because as they asked him to stay, but he has like bags of groceries. So and the kids of his, so he flies all the way to or he flew with the kids back to his home. And yeah, so he placed, or he puts the groceries away. As he says, as the Zumi, or no, Inko at that time, the one that like asked, the same one that removed the memory of Zuko from Zumi's body thing, like her brother. Place it back. So he does. Then she ends up remembering who he was. And reason why that you don't see her too often in this what if, just realized this, was that because she was in the same thing in canon. Like, she gets one for all, she trains with All Might, she goes to UA, and all that stuff. Of course, she never thought of having a brother. Because, one, her memory of her brother was taken away. And then when when it came back to her, she says, okay, where's my brother? As Zuko, or as Inko and the Sashi looked away, they wanted to, like, and they sat down with her and told her everything. As Zumi starts to cry because of their reason isn't why is because of stupid stuff. So then, yeah. So then, after all that stuff goes on, Zuko, wants to, as he gets a phone call from Inko. Oh. As she says, of course, she took the breather, as she tells her son and that that she wants to see him um as yeah as he was like tearing up um as he's ready to like bring down as the and this comforts him um telling her or telling him that he that he it's in a long time. So then he ends up um becoming a so if it's too much for you, let me do it. Okay. As she takes over, her eyes turn blue to make sure there was no suspicion. Her third eye closed before to make sure that no one can detect her instantly. So tomorrow, oh, the so the kids were not too left in as the both or all four of them knows that and so they asked their mother slash father to, oh, if it's okay with them, if they could go. As Deku says, or their mother says, sure. It's not family matters. And so then, when she flies, or they flew all the way, as they have magical powers, or they have powers to do it. And you want me to tell you what their ages are in this what if? So, she's 11, she's 15, and then he is 2 years old. Him being like 4, or no, 5 years old. Yeah. But then the whole, like, as Inko was sitting down at a park, away from, and that she's waiting for Zuko to come. But she didn't expect the young woman and to, like, pop out of nowhere. She was expecting, like, as she walks up to Inko, as she tells Inko that, "Are you Inko?" Yes. Her son is here. As she, like, transforms back into Zuko. As when the Inko saw like what he is, he doesn't look like Mr. Ozawa. No. He looks like himself. As Inko gets up out of out of the chair and hugs him. She was crying during all that time. Or, like, she couldn't believe that that yeah, so Ink and actually Ochako became his wife. You I forgot to mention. So he has two wives, sorry, and 6 kids. Or actually, or like 10 kids. Yeah. Because Ochako had the 6 kids inside of her body. And then the one that was when him slash her had 4 kids. So basically, that makes 10. And Then the Inko asks Zuko to come back to the house for them to restore his memory of it. So then, yeah, Zuko does that, and he remembers his sister, and yeah, Ochako and the couldn't believe that those four are his kids. And yeah, the so Zuko ends up becoming, or this is just a I'm adding to this part, so it's okay. So then he adds, so he gets his memories back on his sister. So then his sister comes over, and she's happy to see him. She didn't expect him to have like four kids, and as the Sashi asks, "Why do you have four kids before?" Or don't mind me asking. As Zuko says, "Well, the I have the. Let me show you. As the Minganas took over his body thing, as the entire body transformed into a more beautiful girl or woman that they ever seen. Yeah, the Minganas with a third eye." As she introduces herself as that. As yeah, and she tells them that that her or their son in birth to four of them through the heart. As she was so beautiful that everybody's like, man, even including Inko was that. So then he does this weird stuff. Oh, like he looks at the. Of course, she looks at Zumi and tells her that she looks actually fine in any other. Okay? So then the Hasashi asked her if 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 it's okay with both Zuko and Zumi, or if Zuko and her go to UA. Well, I am, or I think he's older than that, so I don't mind being, or we don't mind being pro heroes, but our kids is probably qualified, or one of them. Yeah. So then basically all four of them, and of course Ochako was there, And she ends up going to the doctors and gave birth to 6 kids. Yeah. Reason why she gave birth to 6 kids is because of the because Zuko and her, of course, I'm not gonna go into it because I'm trying to keep it nice and clean. So yeah, then basically Zuko, was so yeah. Chaka gave birth to 6 kids, and each one of them was unique and different. So yeah. So this is the end of the video. Oh, not really, but those kids go to UA and became the next generation of pro heroes. So, and so did so Zuko and her became wonderful teachers. Like, they're not terrible, but they are wonderful. Oh, if, say, if Zuko got tired out, he let her, be that. So, yeah. Now this is the end of the What If series. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video. And I am trying to go up to, for subscribers, it would be, zoom in, and trying to zoom in, reach this amount right here. So, if we hit that amount, then I may do a unboxing video. Oh, for ya. So if we hit that amount. So that's what my subscribe goal is. But for likes, I want just 4 likes, or 5. Or it depends on how many views it has. So, peace.